Hey everybody, it's Emily. Welcome back to the homestead. This morning is one of those crazy mornings where everything seems to have gone wrong. It started out with us forgetting to put the chickens up last night. They're all accounted for as far as I can tell. Of course, they're everywhere, so it's hard to count them. However, one of the guineas has gotten over the fence and into the garden, and one of the chickens has an injured leg, just some blood on her leg. So I think it's just some sort of scratch, and I'm going to clean it up. I've got some warm soapy water, got my egg basket and a washcloth and some antimicrobial spray to put on her leg, and we'll see how this goes. We also had our very first broken egg in the new nesting boxes. It wasn't eaten though, so I'm not gonna treat it as a problem that I need to fix yet. I just rinsed off the little mat inside the paint tray, and I've got them sitting in the sun drying. And I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but I can hear Daisy, the cat, meowing loudly at me. She could hear me talking. I haven't fed her breakfast yet or visited her this morning. I haven't eaten breakfast myself because when I came out to let the chickens out, I discovered all of these things, including that they were, in fact, already out. So I'm going to, I think, try to catch the injured chicken first, just because I think that's going to be easier than trying to catch a guinea. That is her right there, Buffy. And so hopefully with her being on the roosting bar, I will be able to get her okay. Okay, well, she's very unhappy, but you can see her leg here, right by her foot, is bleeding, so I'm going to clean you up. I know, you hate this. Whoa! I'll hold this there for a little bit, because it seems to be dried up a bit. I know, you got a boo-boo. Dang, girl! I know you're unhappy. I'm sorry. Make it quick. Alright, she's about to escape. I get her reposition her. Okay, let's do one of these things. Is that better? A little more calming? That seems to be more calming. For now, we'll see. Oh gosh, so it looks like her scales were like pulled off. I don't know if you want to see that, but it's not bleeding now. Like there's not a bunch of blood coming out. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any of that stuff that you put on to cover up the color. Blue coat, I think. I used to have something that was kind of made for horses. It was like some tar stuff. Oh no, I do have something. I don't have it with me. Dang. It's in the house. Because if you put stuff out here, it freezes. I just remembered I do have something that's like this purple color that I can put on. Yes, I do. I do have something. So I'm going to... Dang. Should I walk all the way back to the house holding this chicken? Probably not, because she's freaking out. Or should I try to catch her again later? I think I'm going to text my kid, maybe, before you escape. Let's spray your foot with this. Did I get it? So I'm going to shut off the camera because it is also my phone. And get a hold of my kid. And hopefully they can find the medicine. Well, the kid could not find the medicine we were looking for. It is in the wind. Don't know where it is. So maybe it'll turn up, but maybe I'll have to go to the store and get something to protect her leg. Now to catch that guinea. There she is. Now they are smart enough to jump over to get out, but not smart enough to jump back over to get in. So this will be very difficult. They're not easy to catch. So let me set up my camera somewhere and you get to watch me chase her. Well, that works. Not exactly what I was envisioning, but hey, it got the job done. I think I'm just too timid. I don't want to hurt them, but I just need to just grab them real fast. I don't know. I'm not great at catching chickens, and definitely not great at catching guineas. So now I'm going to go collect all those eggs that we didn't collect last night and that they've laid this morning, and then go feed the cat and feed myself, and then we will get on to the plan for today, which was going to be spending a lot of time in the chicken coop. I'm going to attempt to get them enclosed in that stall. I have purchased some bird netting and I'm going to put it up in the rafters, and hopefully that will do the trick. While I was after that guinea, I noticed somebody laid an egg outside. Gosh, it's a tiny one. Ooh. Huh. That's strange. It's kind of beige with a white bloom on it. That's what it looks like. So, no, maybe it's kind of a bluish. So I have no idea who's laying that egg. That's a new one. But they're a little dirty. A couple of them have some blood on them, I think from Buffy, the chicken with the injured leg, because she is one of the chickens that lays over there behind all those boards. And I did get a few more eggs this morning than that, because I collected those when I found the broken egg in the nesting box. So I brought in 4 or 5 eggs that were intact. 2 of them were unfortunately covered in goo. But now on to the next animal. Hello, Miss Daisy. You want your breakfast? Huh? Okay, let's go get your breakfast. Now, I put her food up on that shelf so that if the dog comes in here, he doesn't eat it. They've actually been getting along a lot better. By that, I mean Jackson is not growling and barking and trying to chase her, but they'll kind of just like stare at each other from a short distance away, like, you know, even like this far away, and they'll be cool. River, my other dog, won't even come in the barn anymore because I've scolded her to get out enough times, and she's really good at listening and following directions most of the time. I am definitely her person, and she wants to please me. But I don't know if that also has to do with an altercation. Maybe she came across with the cat that I'm unaware of, or maybe she just watched when Jackson got smacked that first time and was like, I don't want any of that. But the dogs and the cat seem to be coexisting. Daisy does stay in the barn a lot, though. Now that I've gotten all of the animals taken care of for the morning, I am going to go and eat my breakfast. I am really hungry right now. And then after that, I will get out here and do the project I was intending to do for today. There's a couple of reasons why I need to get them enclosed. One is the egg situation. Chickens lay all over the place, particularly in this wood pile over here. We call this the wood stall. It's just a bunch of scrap lumber. And that's where most of the chickens have decided that they're going to lay their eggs. They also sleep up in the rafters up there. It is actually pretty warm up there because I climbed up there on the ladder just to see how comfortable I was with getting up that high, because I am afraid of heights. And I want to allow the chickens to be able to still sleep in the rafters if they want to, because we do have quite a few birds, and I'd say probably an average of 10 sleep in the rafters at night. Of course, they sleep above the stall that we brooded them in, the baby birds, last summer. So that brings me to our second reason why I need them to be confined in that one stall instead of all over the barn, is next week our meat birds are coming, hopefully. I have heard some people have gotten their orders canceled. I assume it's either a hatching rate issue or a bird flu issue, but as of now, I'm expecting 26 baby chicks next week, and I need to get the egg layers closed off from the other stall so that they cannot mess with the baby chicks. They can't eat their food. They're not going to poop on them while they're sleeping up in the rafters. So that is the second reason. There's a third reason also, and that's just the barn has just gotten really gross. There's like poop everywhere. And like, I'm not even trying to clean it up at this point because I'm just going to wait until I have them confined, and then we'll address the poop then. So, future upcoming project, cleaning this barn. As I mentioned, I am afraid of heights. So that is the tallest peak in the barn. I think I can get up there fairly easily, and I can hold on to the, the rafters while I'm working up there. So I felt pretty stable when I was up there. But I'm going to go along that beam there all the way over here. I don't think I need to do anything on this wall with the kind of windows, but then I got to go all the way around these three sides. So this orange stuff, I will get that back up also, I think. Probably leave it there, but we might actually not need it. The bird netting I bought is 7 feet by 100 feet, so it might be long enough from top to bottom that I don't need the orange stuff, but also birds can't really see bird netting very well, so I'm thinking that maybe I should just leave the orange stuff up just so they're not like flying into it and like catching their feet in it or something, because that wouldn't be good. So I will make that decision as I go. But I'm going to start at this high point over here, kind of measure out how long this wall is so that I can start at that point to get it as high as I need it, and then I will come back across and do the whole wall. Because if I don't get it high enough there, then they could still like hop over, and I don't want to have to like readjust things. Oh, I'd like to revise my statement about feeling comfortable up that high. I think I'm going to go grab one of my kids to stabilize the ladder for me, because I got up at the top. This stuff is just catching on everything like really bad. So that was the biggest problem. And then when I got all the way up at the top, the ladder kind of wobbled a little bit, and that scared me. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this to the length that I think that I need it, and then I'll grab a kid and try to staple it up there. It also is folded in half, so I would have to unfold it and then staple it up there, so I'm gonna do that on the ground. I feel like this is going to be another one of those videos where I look like I'm just flailing around with some practically invisible thing. But oh well. We've run into some technical difficulties. So I'm going to get a measuring tape, and we're going to measure the distance from, I don't know the names of all the structural pieces, but the rafter to the roof beam that's like at an angle. We're going to measure that distance, and then we're going to cut the bird netting on the ground to that size, and then we're going to take it up there and staple it, because otherwise we're going to have the rest of the length of it all the way to the whole 7 feet that's going to be sitting up on the rest of the rafters, and I don't want to have to cut it off while it's already stapled up there, because that's very high and I'm not enjoying this at all. Got the measuring tape. Change of plans. We're going to the other stall, and we're going to staple everything up from that side for this last side. chicken that is testing this for us already. No, don't do that. We need to get her down. Get the roll of stuff. There we go. I don't know if I caught much of that on camera. Okay, we're gonna have to get her back in the stall. We're done, and I'm disgusting, and can't wait to take a shower. But I thought I'd go ahead and just show you what it looks like now. This is the door. I added this piece here, and I'm gonna get some zip ties to close that up completely because there's a big hole there. But see, you can't, I don't know if you can see on the camera the netting, but we'll see. Buffy is about to test it out, it looks like. Are you gonna test it out, Buffs? I did find the Pick No More is what it's called, and it's purple. We finally found it. My child found it in a box in the garage. It has some other chicken stuff in it. And it's probably meat bird stuff mostly. That's why we hadn't gotten to it yet. But since she's up in the rafters, I'm not going to be able to catch her again and clean that off and put that on there. So maybe I'll try that tomorrow morning. But let's see. I got that side all done. I thought you were in the house. You scared me.
Do I feed Daisy?
Yeah, go ahead and feed Daisy. And the dogs. Don't mind. There is a gap here between the bird netting and this orange netting that goes along there. And I may have to address that at some point. We will see if they get out, as well as this section right here. There's chicken wire over here and nothing over here, and they can fit through this. So we might have to put something up there, but I am going to call it good for now. They're all ready to go to bed because it's getting late. Not all of them. The older ones want to go to bed. Excuse me, Amber. Were you just in the window well? I don't know if you call it a window well. The spot above the window. I'm going to have to get my ladder and check in there to see if you've laid any eggs. That will be another thing that I will probably have to address, is putting something up there to keep the chickens from going in that spot. But not today. Not today. Oh, I got really hot and sweaty up there, and by the time I was done, I was shaking because I just didn't like doing that at all. It was way too high up in the air for me. Like, not just high up, but it was unstable and high up. So I was like, had to let go with both hands to get to some of the stuff, and by the time I came down, my hands were vibrating. So, and it's very, very dusty in here. I don't know if you could see the dust just going poof with like almost every single staple that I put on. And I was knocking it off the rafters, and I'm just completely covered in chicken dust. We probably should have been wearing masks while we were doing this. But oh well. Like, I can taste the dust in my mouth. Like, I can feel it. It's super gross. So I'm going to get that ladder and check that real quick. Thankfully, no eggs in there. But since she's jumping in and out of there, and I've closed off their other spots outside of this stall to lay eggs, I'm definitely going to have to address that because I have a feeling somebody's going to be up in there soon. So I'll keep the ladder handy. Probably have to check in there. Bob's up there checking it out now. Like, why are you in there? Oh, so They have been using the nesting box too. We've been getting like 5 or so eggs in the nesting box almost every day. So hopefully when tomorrow comes and they need to lay eggs again, if, you know, they're all still in here and haven't escaped, then hopefully they will start laying in those. Thank you for hanging out with me today and my kid while we got this done. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.